Good morning. One of the ideas I had for the first video was to do how I managed to stay consistent with my exercise routine. And today I wanted to try to make my first YouTube video, so this isn't going to be perfect. It's more just me trying it out. It's more just trying this space as well. How I managed to stay consistent with my exercise routine in the last year. And to be honest, it's now like a year and a half now. And it's something that I'd been wanting to do for a really long time, but I just never managed to stay consistent. I had 10 things that I noted that really helped me stay consistent. And to be honest, nobody might watch this, which is why I just thought, just put something out there. Don't worry if it's perfect. Just doing it is enough. So my tip number 1, stopping drinking. So I stopped drinking in May 2023. Wouldn't say that I drank a lot regularly, but when I did drink, I would drink quite a bit. It would then just turn into me being really tired the next day. And to be honest, it would just spiral into my house being a mess, me just not having the energy to do anything. I wasn't consuming alcohol calories anymore, and I think I naturally managed to lose quite a bit of fat just from the fact that I'd stopped consuming alcohol calories. I never had the excuse anymore, or if I'm too tired or anything, because every single day I was pretty much getting a good night's sleep. Even if I wasn't, I didn't have the exhaustion damaging my body. Wasn't giving my body an excuse to not have the energy. Yes, obviously there's nutrition, there's sleep, but I think if you do drink and you do find that you aren't able to stick to a routine, maybe try cutting out alcohol. I know for some people, I have a lot of friends who they still maintain a really good exercise routine and they still drink, and that's fine. And for some people it totally works, but for me I don't think it does. And to be honest, I could start drinking again and maybe try to introduce it back into my life, but I don't really feel the need to do that, so I'm going to just continue cutting it out. The other thing that helped with cutting out alcohol was the feeling of being so hungry the next day for fast food. You've got the alcohol calories and then you've also got the food calories, craving that unhealthy food. So yeah, that was the other thing. So there were kind of 3 things there with alcohol. Why quitting alcohol helped me lose weight and helped me maintain consistency with my exercise routine. So then the second thing that helped me maintain consistency with an exercise routine was starting the week with exercise. So my routine now is that every single Monday, without failure, if it's the only thing I do that week, I will exercise. That just helps me start the week on a good note, and also just know that if I get to the end of the week and I've been tired, I know that I tried my best that week and put in the effort, and just have that one day which is this is a non-negotiable. I'm going to exercise, whether I like it or not, on a Monday morning. Sets the right tone for the week. It helps you show to yourself that this is a priority. I'm not leaving it till the end of the day. I'm not leaving, and for some people, leaving it till the end of the day works for you. But I'm not leaving it as the last thing that I do, because I think if it becomes the last thing that you do, then you haven't prioritized it and you've put your energy into other things, because you're going to have the most amount of energy to give at the beginning of the day. Just managed to then squeeze in some other workouts. So now I have a good routine, which is Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. Say the third thing is more about how did I actually stay consistent with the things that I was doing? How I actually managed to stay consistent was just saying to myself, look, this is your priority. You want to get in shape, or you want to have an exercise routine because you know, Daisy, that you've been wanting to do this for years and years and years, and you just never managed to stick to it. And this might be something that you watching this video may also struggle with. So yeah, I wanted to be really consistent and just prove to myself that I can be consistent. And it's a mindset thing, really. The thing that I managed to do is tell myself, this is the number 1 priority. Nothing can trump this. So exercise is the number 1 priority. I'm also a language learner. I'm studying Japanese and Spanish. My boyfriend, he often goes for a run. And when he would go for a run, I would think, okay, I'm going to study Japanese. What did I do? I didn't do anything. I literally just sat there scrolling, not doing anything, wasting time, didn't even tidy the house. It's very lazy. this is your number one priority. You cannot use the fact that you're going to study Japanese as an excuse not to work out. This might not work for you. It's more of a mindset thing for me from how my mind works. Number 4 is social accountability. So I would say one thing that helped me stay accountable was the fact that I told my gym instructor that I couldn't miss a workout if I had already paid for it. Now, for those of you who actually know me, this is absolute bullshit. I am the worst for this. I will pay for things and then not show up. And it's honestly such a bad habit of mine. And it was something last year that I was really focusing on getting rid of, or kind of getting rid of this habit, because it's just so bad. It's a waste of money and it's not good for your confidence in showing yourself that you can do something. Because if I can't even show up for myself when I've paid for something, what can I do? So I maybe stupidly said that to my gym instructor, probably just out of awkwardness. And anyway, it helped me show up every single Monday of the year, and also every Wednesday. So Mondays and Wednesdays I go to the same gym class. It's the same instructor. He knows that I said that to him. And so I just felt this like, okay, fuck, I have to show up every single time I've booked, because if I don't, it will be so embarrassing that I've even said that. Even though like I was a newbie at the time of making that comment, it's like, oh gosh, can't really go back on that. But yeah, I mean, it helped. So if there's anything that might work for you, some people find posting on Instagram and stuff can be helpful. Maybe I wouldn't recommend what I did, because it's probably not the best way to do it. But yeah, I mean, it helped me. The next thing I did that really helped me, or I think really helped me, and now this is a very circumstantial thing. When we came back from a trip to Japan in May 2023, we had a month when we were kind of in and out of parents' houses whilst we were waiting to move into our new apartment. So I was really craving that like routine, my own space. Had decided that when we moved in, I was going to kind of create this space where I could create systems so that I could do these things that I was really motivated to do at the time, but understood that I'm really motivated right now, but how can I create systems to make sure that it's sustainable and that I just do it for the period that I'm living in this place. Moving into a new place, I kind of had the mindset that this apartment knows no different. It only knows me as someone who exercises. I've never been in this space, and I think it's more from like my perspective. I've never been in this flat and kind of been the lazy person that maybe I once was. Maybe it's quite negative me saying the lazy person that I once was, or just being the person that didn't exercise every single week. I think I've almost always exercised at least once a week, and on the weeks where I haven't, I think maybe there was 1 week where I didn't exercise was because I was ill. Appreciate this is all just like a very circumstantial thing. However, maybe I'd recommend like maybe giving your room a little organize or something, make it feel new, move some furniture around, just do something that kind of makes your space feel a bit different, and then create your new routine in this environment so that you kind of don't have the same connection with like how you used to be with the space that you're in. For some people, the space that you're in can be a real big inspiration for you. So yeah, that's why I'd recommend that. The next thing I did that helped me, but I didn't frame it in this way, but just as I was making the notes for this video, this was kind of how it came across, but is that kind of saying, or fake it till you make it. So for me, what this looked like was me saying to myself, this is what I do. This is who I am. This is my schedule. Kind of like you go to work. You don't have any choice but to go to work. You have to show up to work. So I go to gym classes. I find gym classes work best for me because I don't have to think about what am I going to do. I'm someone who is a very extreme researcher, so I research stuff to death to the point of procrastination. It's chronic. I'm a chronic researcher. It has its pros, but it definitely has its cons, because if you're researching which exercise should I do at the gym, or what should the ideal routine look like I just need to go and do it, and that's the problem that I often had. So I find just going to gym classes works best for me because I don't need to think. I just told myself, this is what I do. There's no decision making. I am going whether I like it or not, and then kind of maybe seems quite extreme, but it was more just, this is my schedule and that's just there. I can't suddenly decide, oh, do I feel like going? No, it's there. It's in the schedule. You have to go. The other thing that helped me was going to the same thing every single week. Going to the same class every week, I just knew I was a regular there, whether I was good or not. To be honest, I'm still a total beginner. Like, I still go there and I feel like the worst person in the class. However, I don't feel bad about it because I know I show up every single week. And to me, that's the most important thing. I think often people say, it doesn't get easier. Or maybe people say it does get easier. The classes don't get easier. Going gets easier because you've shown to yourself that you can go and you can show up every single week. So it does get easier. For me now, it's like, I go every single Monday. I'm going to get out of bed and I'm just going to go. I know I can do it. So it feels much easier. Then at the beginning when you're like, oh, is this me starting the new routine? It feels hard, but it will get easier. So just don't overthink it and just go, show up, and you can do it. The other mindset thing that I kind of told myself was consistency over intensity. Now, I spoke to my boyfriend about this and it was a bit controversial. He didn't really believe that. It wasn't really that he didn't believe in the consistency part. It was more the next part, which is I do not show up 100%, or I tell myself don't show up. Like, the goal is you don't even need to show up 100% on any day. The goal is just show up on the days that you've told yourself. Now, I think this might differ from person to person, but for me, I think I had more of a problem with just like showing up and being consistent with something. And I think this is a problem for most people. Most people struggle with being consistent, which is why I know I'm never going to be an athlete, nor do I want to be an athlete. I just want to know that I'm active, know that I'm doing exercise for my body, I'm getting strong. So for me, what I tell myself is just go. You don't need to give 100%. In fact, you can give 50%. But the fact that you went is enough. And now my final thing that helped me stay consistent, and I think this was a big thing as well for me, was just reframing the fact that exercise is about weight loss. It shouldn't be about weight loss. It should be about getting strong for when you're old. I've read a few things that said as soon as an elderly person has a fall, that's when things start spiraling and their health starts to deteriorate. So I think with that, there's a big focus for me on strengthening my legs, feeling strong so I can do things. I don't want to have back pain. I've had back pain in the past before and I sometimes get it from time to time, and honestly it's the worst thing. And so I just tried to reframe the way I think about exercise, and it's about being strong. It's a never-ending process. It should never be about just losing weight for the next time. Getting strong for your future self, because how many things are there that you think, oh, I wish I'd started this sooner. I know I wish I'd started investing when I started earning money and actually putting that money away then, and doing something a bit smarter with my savings. The same goes with exercises. You're never too old to start exercising. Honestly, seeing some people on social media who are much older, some people running marathons, it's incredible. And for me, that's like the most inspiring. Like, I want to be like that. I just want to be strong enough so I can still do the groceries, so I can still walk around, have a good quality of life as I get older. Yes, those were the things that I did, mindset changes I had that really helped me stay consistent with exercise in 2024 and 2020 and the end of 2023. Let me know if any of these help. This is my first proper YouTube video that I made. I know it's not really in line with some of the shorts that I've posted before, but I just wanted to give it a try because I'd already made some notes on this a couple of months ago, but didn't get around to filming it at all. So yeah, if you managed to get this far through, please give it a like, give it a comment, subscribe. I'd be really grateful. And just any feedback as well would be great. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.